Hello, welcome back to the subject network analysis video lecture. In this video, we are going to learn about resonance in series and parallel RLC circuits. We'll have resonance in RLC circuit. First of all, we will consider and analyze the resonance in series circuit. Then after we'll go for parallel circuit. So let's start resonance in RLC series circuit. There is a series circuit of RLC. RLC is connected in series. Let us consider this circuit. This is your series circuit. And this is your R, L, C connected in series, and this is your AC voltage, AC source of constant supply voltage. You know that the impedance in RLC circuit is given by impedance is the total of the resistance and the reactances offered by inductor and capacitor respectively. That is, you can say what resistance is doing in DC circuit is exactly doing, impedance is doing exactly in AC circuit. It means it is opposing the flow of current. This is your impedance. Z is equal to under root X R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is your impedance value is equal to under root R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is your under root. Kindly know this. This is R square. This is XL minus XC whole square. Where the XL is 2 pi FL, that is XL is the reactance of inductor, and XC is 1 upon 2 pi FL, that is the reactance offered by capacitor. This is called inductive reactance. This is called inductive reactance. And this is called capacitive reactance. This circuit is connected to an AC source of constant supply voltage, I told you earlier, but having a variable frequency. The frequency can be varied from 0, increasing and approaching infinity. This is the arrangement. It is here. Frequency is changing. Okay. Since inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, this is inductive reactance and this is capacitive reactance. Are functions of frequency. Are functions of frequency. At a particular frequency of the applied voltage, XL and XC will become equal in magnitude. If it is happening like this, so bring this like this, XL minus XC is equal to 0, which is already written here. XL minus XC is equal to 0. Put this in the equation. Z is equal to under root R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This has become 0 here, so it will behave like this. So absolute Z will be equal to root under R square plus 0 square, that is ultimately 0. So Z is equal to under root R square, that is R. So Z becomes, impedance becomes Z absolute becomes R. Z becomes R, resistance, the total impedance offered by the RLC series connected circuit at this point of time when XL is equal to XC, when the inductive reactance offered by the inductor is equal to the capacitive reactance offered by the capacitor. At this point of frequency, at this point of reactance, when they are equal, circuit behaves purely resistive. The circuit where XL is equal to XC and it is reaching Z is equal to R, impedance is equal to R, is said to be in resonance. This is the condition when we say it is in resonance. This is the condition of resonance. In a series circuit, current I remains the same throughout, we can write. Of course, we know that in series circuit, current remains same throughout the series elements connected. We have written here, since we know at the resistance frequency at resonance, XL is equal to XC, multiply both sides by current. That is, it will become the voltage across the inductor, that is VL, just like this, and it is, sorry, this is your C. This is the voltage across the capacitor. So it is like this. So the voltage across the inductor, it becomes equal to the voltage across the capacitor. From where it is coming from the point where XL is equal to XC, we multiplied the same current. Why same current? Because this same current is that current which is in series, and in series connections element current remains same. This is well known fact, and we have proven this, we have known this, we have calculated like similar problems on this fact. So at resonance, VL and VC will cancel out each other. Why cancel out each other? Because they are numerically equal, but the direction is opposite. One is like this and one is like this, having same magnitude, but the direction is same. So it is cancelling out. The net effect is 0. It is cancelling out. Okay. Suppose this has been a force of 1 Newton. Suppose force of 1 Newton upward and force of 1 Newton downward. So what would have been the resultant of this point? There would have been no force at all. There would have been no resultant motion of this point. Similarly, this is your upward voltage VL. Let's suppose VC. And this is your downward voltage VL. And numerically, magnitude wise, they are equal. So the resultant is 0. See this. This is your VR. So the voltage, the entire supply voltage will drop across the resistance R. The circuit will behave as if it is a pure resistive circuit. Okay. At the point of resonance, let me repeat this once again. At the point of resonance, the RLC series connected circuit will behave as if it is purely resistive circuit. Why? Because the voltage across inductor is equal to voltage across the capacitor, and the voltage across inductor and voltage across capacitor is equal. When I am saying this is magnitude wise, but they are opposite in direction. And they are cancelling out each other's effect. Had they been in same direction, which is not here, they would have added up. But this is not the case here. They are in opposite direction. So they are cancelling out each other, becoming like this. V is equal to VR. The entire supply voltage of the circuit will be as if it is resistive. Let's have what is resonant frequency. The frequency at which resonance occurs is the frequency. Okay, this is all. That's all it is. the frequency at which resonance occur, it is called your resonant frequency. Resonant frequency is the frequency at which resonance of the circuit. Here we are dealing with series circuit. Okay, so it is resonant frequency. At resonance, what is the condition? We have seen this. The inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance. XL is becoming equal to XC. So XL is equal to 2 pi FR. Let the frequency at which resonances occur, it is called FR. Frequency at which resonances occur, it is called FR. F for the frequency, R for resonant. Okay, I'm fixing the nomenclature. Okay, so 2 pi FR L is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FR C. This is the resonant frequency. This is the condition. XL is equal to XC. So write their original format. So bring this FR at one side, cross multiplication. This will be FR square and this will be 2 pi into 2 pi. Bring this 2 pi here. So it will be 2 pi whole square. 1 upon 2 pi whole square LC. So it will be equal to FR is equal to under root 1 upon 2 pi whole square into LC. This is your whole square. So it is coming like this. FR is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. This is your resonant frequency. This is your resonant frequency numerically. But conceptually, I have given you definition that the frequency at which resonance occurs is called resonant frequency, and the value is FR is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. Okay, fine. Where L is the inductance in Henry, C is the capacitance in Farad, and FR the resonant frequency in Hertz. Under resonance condition, the net reactance is 0. Of course, the net reactance is 0. That is, XL is equal to XC. So, XL minus XC is equal to 0. So, the net reactance offered is 0. This is the reactance. This is the reactance. Net reactance is 0. Hence, the impedance of the circuit, we have seen this. Impedance of the circuit is Z is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square under root. So this term has become 0. This term has become 0. So this is your R. This is your R. Or this is the minimum possible value of impedance. The impedance has become minimum level. This is the minimum possible value of impedance in this condition. Hence, circuit current is maximum. When the opposition is minimum, when the opposition offered by the circuit is minimum, it means what? Current will allow itself or find very easy to flow in the circuit. So, the value of current at this point will be maximum. The value of current at this point of time will be maximum. When Z is lesser minimum, at this time, current will be maximum. Kindly note this. Which is given by the above equation. Maximum current is given by V upon Z. Z is minimum, so this is becoming minimum, so it is becoming maximum. The circuit behaves like a pure resistor because net reactance is 0. So the current is phase with applied voltage. Obviously, current is in phase with applied voltage. The power factor of the circuit is unity under resonance condition, and current is maximum. As current is maximum, it produces large voltage drop across L and C. Current is actually maximum, so it is producing large voltage drop across L and C. Let us understand the voltage across the inductance at resonance is given by XL is equal VL is equal to this is VL is equal to IM XL, maximum current and inductive reactance, or put the value of XL IM omega R L. Omega R is your 2 pi FR. That is IM is equal to, that is I maximum is equal to, VL is equal to IM into 2 pi FRL is equal to IM 2 pi. Put the value of resonant frequency, that is 1 upon 2 pi under root LC into L. This 2 pi gets cancelled out. This 2 pi gets cancelled out. The result is Im into L upon root under LC. That is Im into, this is your L square. This can be written as L square under root. So bring this in common root and get what's L cancel out here. That is 1 L will be cancelled out. That is L upon C. That is VL will be equal to Im into root under LC. L upon C. At resonance, the current flowing in the circuit is equal to V upon R. So VL is equal to V upon R. The maximum current, put the value of maximum current here. That is V upon R. It is actually V upon Z. But Z is here R. So the I maximum is here V upon R. Put this value here. So we'll get VL is equal to V by R into L by C. Or bring this inside the under root side. That is VL is equal to V to under root L upon CR square. So easy it is. See this, we have seen and we have studied that how the phasor diagram works actually. Similarly, voltage across capacitance at resonance is given by, that is VC is equal to current maximum at XC. The same has been written here. So write the value of XC. That is Im into 1 upon omega RC. That is equal to Im into 1 upon 2 pi FRC. That is your FRC. So put the value of FR here. That is Im into 1 upon 2 pi into, this is the value of FRC. FR. This is your C. So this 2 pi gets cancelled out from this 2 pi, and 1 by root under LC comes above here. That is Im into root under LC upon C. Bring this C inside this root under root. So it will become Im into under root LC upon C square. Once C gets cancelled out from this, so it will become VC is equal to Im into root under L by C. Put the value of maximum current, that is V by R into root under L by C. Or this can also be written as V into under root L by C R square. Thus, voltage drop across L and C are equal. You can see voltage drop across L and C are equal. and many times the applied voltage. Applied voltage के comparison में this is of manifold, many types. Hence, voltage magnification occurs at the resonance condition. Voltage magnification occurs at the resonance condition. So, series resonance condition is often referred to as voltage resonance. See this? We have seen the voltage magnification. This is your VC. This is your VC, and this is the term. This is across the capacitor. Let us see across the inductor. This is across the inductor. Same, similar, but it is manifold as compared to your voltage. So this is what here written: voltage resonance. Voltage magnification occurs at the resonance condition. This should be noted out very clearly and understood. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much. This is all about in this video. We will be coming with more concept in this subject.